Hey, welcome. All my right thinkers, thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab, and I'm in the book. We about to get some information. I'm going to ask the question, where is God? Short answer, God is within the midst of you. How about that? I answered the question for you. Yeah, God's in the midst of you. Let's talk about it. Buddhism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling story with a message is always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A, a person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to might be true. All right, right thinkers, P-Funk philosophy asks the question, where is God? P-Funk philosophy answers the question, God is in the midst of you. I started with inside you or in you. No, I put the midst there for a reason. See if you can figure it out. All right, let's rock. Right? Okay. God is within the midst of you. In all texts from around the world, okay, there is one constant and important theme, and I've studied them all, comes through loud and clear again and again. You can't get around it. What's that? It is the teachings of where divinity is to be found. You go in search of what? The truth. You go in search of not. You go in search of God. You want to find God. Why? He's hidden. Yeah, he's hidden. So my goal is to get you to find him. Why? That's what you'll need to do. Because of ignorance. He's hidden because you're ignorant of yourself. That's what hides him, your ignorance. And most people who just believe that the self is to be found where? Somewhere outside themselves. I just gave you a lesson. You can't find yourself outside yourself. I just gave that lesson, so I agree 100%. So watch this. So I'm answering the question for you since we're doing this God. I got a bunch of philosophical God concepts, and you're gonna see I'm opening the doors. You can see all the similarities, but the differences. But they're all saying the same thing. I keep telling you that over again. But you pick what works for you. Anybody, oh, he right, she wrong. They got it right, he got it wrong. No, no. You pick what works for you and you work it. That's how you know if it works or not. You can't judge something that you didn't become part of or didn't practice, didn't know about. So again, knowing yourself is important. This is the goal, finding God for yourself. But watch this. Now, because you're ignorant, most people who just believe that the self is to be found somewhere outside, that is just ignorance. But the scripture in the book that y'all profess, scripture hands down through the ages by enlightened saints and sages, give an indication as to the true abode of the divine. I keep telling you, the heart and mind, that's where you find God. I'm about to prove that fact to you. I made it real simple, but now let's go around the mulberry bush a little bit to get to the same place. Now I'm explaining to you. So the following is a short survey of what we call world mystical philosophies, starting with the ancient Egyptians' point of view. I'm going to go through everybody's concept and a point of view of God for you. How about that? In chapter 17 of the ancient Egyptian book of Coming Forth by Day, it states, Their God in that particular area was Ra. Ra is the great God who is inside the ordinary person. For some reason, the hierarchy people, the more intellectuals, the more aristocrats, they think that knowledge is only for them. And God is only going to serve them. Okay? We made it clear. Ra was for everybody. La-di-da-di. So, okay. So now in the New Testament, you ready? Sit down and get comfortable. This is a lesson you need to take part of. Because it's really a lesson. I'm not here to rag or dispute. I'm here to give a lesson. So pay attention, please. Let me do my job. In the New Testament, the Gospel of Luke, you'll find the following statement. Again, I'm not a Bible thumper, but it's here. I'm going to read it to you. And I'm going to see if you catch this one right quick. I'm throwing at you. Neither shall they say, lo here, or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of God is in the midst of you. He didn't say inside of you. He didn't say around you. He didn't say over you. He said in the midst. This is the midst. This is the midst. This is the midst. On the 7 chakras, this is midst number 4. From 1 to 7. 4 is the heart. That's where God dwells in man. What? No. That's the gimme. You give that. That's gimme. Now he gave you a most sophisticated machinery, aka a brain, so that what you can become conscious of him and yourself. That's the true goal of every human being. Outside being spiritual, you got to become conscious. That's where thinking comes in. You think, you understand, you manifest what you think. You practice what you learn. That's how it's done. And they show you, they said that. I'm just going by breaking down. I'm not a Bible thumper, but I read what he said. Now I'm interpreting what I think it means. I'm playing preach. I'm on the pulpit now. Though he said, lo here, lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is in the midst of you. How many people in the pulpit outside, how many people in the church know what the midst is? I break down the midst. That's all I'm saying to you. Moving on. Hope you got the concept. I put it there for that purpose. Now, it is a remarkable statement. Why? Because the word midst, right there, that's an indicator of what? Of you would lead your mind to either entertain many possibilities. Where's the midst at? No, but if you know where the midst is, most biblical scholars have accepted this statement as what? Possibly, not really mean, no, possibly meaning what? That the kingdom is within you or among you. Religious scholars, biblical scholars, your comprehension and interpretation of some things may be a little skewed. If you know what the midst means, it's midway, it's halfway, in the middle. So just throw you back that. For some reason, you can be smart in a lot of stuff and be ignorant of something. I get it, I understand it. When you're dealing with God, you might want to have all the bases covered. That's all I'm saying. So you said it could be, it possibly meaning you don't know what it means? Just say that. Well, I don't really know. Maybe somebody can explain it to you. So now you do know. Don't give me some possible meaning nonsense. Yeah, but what does this parable really mean? There you go. I'm a teacher. I want you to understand what I'm saying. I don't want to say it's shit to my, oh, he's speaking in parable. Why? I don't know what the hell he means. So it's a parable. I ain't figured it out yet. I'm trying to avoid the parable speaking and give you direct knowledge. How about that? So the meaning of the parable in light of a deeper philosophical, psychological significance. I know other things. I know about the chakras. So I know midway is the heart chakra. So I know what the midst means from another aspect, a lesson that I learned. So in the following statements from the Gospel of Thomas, that y'all took out the book, I think some nonsense. Y'all got the book 66, it should be 88. Go get the Ethiopian Bible. And from the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel according to Peter, there is a clearer exposition of the meaning. Which is now explained further throughout the text of the gospel, in which the very beginning, this is interesting. Oh, I know where we're going. The very beginning of the gospel. This is going to be good. At the very end, at 117, there are statements which directly refer to what they know to be the kingdom. You ready? Jesus says, if those who seek to attract you, say to you, see, the kingdom is in heaven, then the birds in heaven will get to God before you. Not a good place to hide. If they say to you, the kingdom is in the sea, that means the fish will get to it before you. But you need to know and at least fully understand that the kingdom is both within you and on the outside of you as well. Do you get that concept? Do you understand what they're saying to you? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Not like that. But again, let me explain the kingdom. The kingdom of the Father, which is God, in nature is spread upon the earth, and men don't see it. I do. Do you? If your third eye is open, you see clearly. If it's not, you don't see it. You don't see me. Okay? So let's talk about concepts. And that's all we got to base on until we what? Get confirmation. You can have a concept, you can have a thought, but until it materializes, it's just that. So let's see what we can all materialize from the concept of God. The concept of God, according to what? The Confucianism, okay, the Chinaman Confucius say, what the undeveloped man seeks is outside. The undeveloped man is an ignorant man, okay? I'm trying to simplify it because sometimes we don't get, I'm going to get a clear understanding. He's saying an undeveloped man is an ignorant man. So that means he's seeking what himself outside. What the advanced, the enlightened man seeks is within himself. Thank you, Confucius. I can relate to that. That ain't no parable, that's a fact. But if you don't understand the wording of develop and advance, you don't get the point. And Confucius is saying the ignorant man looks outside himself, the intelligent man looks inside. I've been telling you that since forever, but again, that's Confucius. Again, we all get into God, and everybody have a concept and a philosophical point that if you listen, you can hear it and understand it. They're all saying the same thing. I got more for you, so let me get back to the job. The concept of God in the Buddhism, and they don't even believe in God. So they say, watch this. So wait a minute. They say, if you think the law is outside yourself, you are embracing not the absolute law, but some inferior man-made teachings, aka religion. Man made that. God didn't institute religion, man did. God gave you laws, okay, that if you cause and effect, the seven hermetic laws. So those are principles that govern you, and that's the understanding. So in the Buddha, don't fall for none of that. They just completely say that's the wrong law. You going by what somebody, no, that's wrong teaching. So they didn't fall for that, okay? But the God concept is that what? If you think the laws is outside yourself or don't pertain to you, you are embracing not the absolute law. Why? That's God's law. That's not man's. But when you go for an inferior teachings, those ain't laws, those teachings, religion, that's a belief. No good. So the Buddhists didn't follow that. They became what? Enlightened. Okay, that's the difference. They found God within themselves. They knew that. Concept of God in the, what's that? Shintoism? Don't know them guys, but they had a concept about God. These are all little quick phrases to explain their concepts of God. We all got them. They free and understanding. We respect everybody's concept. Why? They got the right to do that. That's free will. That's what they exercise it for God. Moving on. You can't make everybody just want to have one, everybody take my God, that's it. It don't work that way. And whoever said, I'm the one God, I'm the jealous God, oh, that's man. That doesn't sound like God. The concept of Shintos, they say Do not search in distant skies for God. That means, obviously, he ain't up there. In man's own heart is where he's found. I'm down with Shinto. Whoever they are, I'm with them. I'm with them. I agree 100%. Not up there, no. I tell you right here, I wear that like a badge of honor. Okay, be conscious of that fact. I ain't got to be religious to know that. It's philosophy that I can practice. Okay, and now let's talk about the concept of Taoism, Chinaman. Okay, being one with the Tao is eternal. The Tao, God, the ultimate spirit, being one with that, they telling you right there, you be forever. That's the goal for all human beings who come having human experience to get conscious of that fact, the Tao, the way of nature, the way of what the eternal one. The great Tao flows everywhere. God is omnipresent, both in the left and to the right. That's understanding a philosophy that they put into practice and they call it God. I ain't got a problem with that. Okay? And they've been doing fine. Next one, the concept of God in Hinduism. Again, they don't believe in God, but what's their concept? God abides hidden in the hearts of all. Knock me over with a feather. Thank you, Maya. But these is all philosophical concepts that every culture and every religious concept has got their perspective of God, and all of it put him in you. I ain't read one yet that say God is somewhere other than in your heart. Stay with me. I'm having fun. This is what I like to do. I hope I'm teaching you, giving you something that you can understand and learn and put to use and benefit. Why? Now you know. The concept of God is Sikhism. Don't know who they are, but let's see what they philosophy. They got a nice little paragraph. Let me see what they putting down. Why wilt thou go into the jungles? What do you hope to find there, shaman? Well, they going there to be alone. I get their concept, but for the ignorant, they might not know. All right. But even as the scent dwells within the flower, so God within thine own heart, ever abides. I like them too. I like them. And it says here, seek him with earnest, bam, and find him there. I'm almost moved to tears. I like that. Makes a lot of sense. Ooh, wait, this is good. And another important aspect of the Egyptian religion, mythological, philosophical concepts, and the rituals with respect to the Christians is the consumption of the gods and the goddesses or netters as a means of becoming like unto them. Be like Christ. That's what y'all say. We had the same philosophy ancient way before y'all come up with Christ. Okay, that was a philosophy that you learned in God and God said they're all aspects of you. I've been telling y'all that since the beginning. Went full circle. Now I'm back. Why? Get a better perspective and a better understanding. Hopefully you'll get it this time around. I got a little better perspective. I can present it a little different, a little more adapt. Okay, a little smarter. How about that? A little wiser. So I got a better perspective now. And becoming one with them. We've been teaching becoming one with God. The God I just gave the oneness concept. So this idea in all religions occurs in a limited fashion in certain elements of your Hinduisms, such as the battles of what? Krishna and Rama, where he defeats what? The evil demons. There's always good against evil. There's always a good guy against a bad guy, and the good guys always win. We in a society where, for some strange, perverted reason, we want bad to win. What the hell is wrong with us? We taking bad over good. We making that decision. What this clown we got running the thing in the hell right now? Calm down. I get personal. I gotta take my dispassion, take my personal stuff out of this, detach myself, and just get a lesson because I get a little crazy. But think about it. This is ancient information. It's still going to the day. It's still I can put it to. Well, I'm just doing it now. That's why I'm getting crazy like this. We make those decisions, and they become what? Absorbed by him. Who? The bad guy. Again, however, It does not occur with the same intensity and emphasis as in the Egyptian ritual and the religious thought, except in what? The Christian idea of the Eucharist, becoming one with Christ, where the Christ followers, y'all, Christ followers, every first Sunday, y'all partake in the Eucharist. Y'all call it communion. Sick, but y'all communing with a human being, an archetype. We do it with God. That's all. I don't know disrespect, but I just say I don't. Why? That's a little beneath me. That's all. So philosophically, so the Christian followers is to understand that he or she is consuming Christ. The blood, you drink the juice, and the bread is the body. That's yeah. Y'all made it literal. Come on, man. It's a mythological, philosophical concept, metaphorical. Y'all want to make it literal, so y'all practice the actual ritual. I get it. I understand. I get rituals. I know what they for. Even if it's wrong, I don't give a damn. It's still wrong because you believe in fire. Don't give a damn about that. I keep telling you that means nothing to me. But this is y'all philosophy. This y'all follow. I ain't a problem with that. But now y'all consuming Christ, aka y'all assume Christ is God. Right there. You see, he's telling you, God and him are one. Be like him. Find the Father within yourself, for yourself. That's what y'all spoke. He spoke in prayer. Y'all just didn't. Y'all swung and missed at that one. Okay, you you consuming Christ, which is the divinity itself. It's metaphorical. It ain't literal. It ain't literal. Y'all want it to be literal, and that's where you fall short, Christians. Through the host of the mass ritual, which y'all practice, y'all call it the Eucharist, becoming one. I don't have a problem with it. I understand it. But the question is, do y'all? If you did, you wouldn't do it. I know you don't. Why? Because y'all still doing it. If what you've been doing is wrong, proven to be wrong, and no matter how much you loved it, how much you believed it, if it's wrong, you're going to continue to do it. Moving on. God, creation, and the mystical symbol of creator and the created. We started, the first concept of God was what? A dot. And it was followed by the circle, which now we call the sun disk. But it started with that. I might want to check this down. I got a few minutes. I can get this one in. Hopefully, this is the last page. But this is good stuff. Yeah, I can wrap it up. I got more information, but it'll be part two. All right, let me get this in. God creation and the mystical symbol. It's a symbol for God, or creator. No symbol, no graven images. In the image, it's a dot. Started with a dot. In ancient Egyptian mysticism, the creator is seen as a dot with all potential to do and to be anything. That's what the concept of God is. And the origin of all things seen and unseen. The origin of what? Countless bodies, meaning spirits, souls. We call them individuals. We call them human beings. Why? We come into form as matter. So we got spirit and matter. That makes us human. But we have pure potentiality to be whatever we choose. But non-dual, there is one pairs of opposite. That's what Mayat represents. But before then, it's just one singular. That's where it starts. That's the dot. That's where we're starting from, that dot. And from that comes all conceptually. And then the circle. Why? He encompasses all of his creation. Are you following me? This making sense to you? So let me get this right quick. And from that point on, all pairs. Everything came in opposites. And we used the male to female, okay, in existence. And that's just showing you the opposites that what? That can create. A male and a female come together, they create life. So we use that as an example. Yin and the yang, good, bad, light, dark. Okay, but it's all about opposites coming together to manifest. So from the center outward, meaning the dot, the creator, we know as Amen. Amen. He projects itself onto itself. What? Again, when you go to sleep, your body shuts down at rest. But because God has no body, He don't have to worry about resting. All that he worked in 7 days, took the 7th day off the rest. Stop that nonsense. That's human, making God human again. But the dot signifies total potential, any and everything. So whatever he can conceive, he can manifest. We are in that image of him that way. You understand it? Stay with me. So, okay, so the dot. And at the time of creation, the outer circle is formed. That's the cosmos. That's what we call created time and space. The Big Bang, that's when everything came into existence of being. Literally. Now we took that philosophy, mythology, theology concept and make it literal because that's going to be what it starts with, that concept. And happening, being, began. Now happens. This is the aura of God. Now the receiving, which is the female part of the dot, may now be referred to as what? The Lord, the Father, male, God, etc. And the creation may now be called Goddess, the female, the mother, female aspect of what? Creation. It takes two. He made it that way. From his point, after that, it takes two. So when creation is created from the one, an apparent division occurs. Now there exists what? Two principles, a male and a female. Again, we can take from that and make it whatever we want. But let's start with that, please, and move on nice and slow. So once you interpret that, now you can use it any way you want. That's like having a tool. Know how to use it. Now you know when and how to use it. Perfect. I'm giving you a tool that you may use for life. This encompasses the notion and the concept of what we call duality. That's what this represents right here, right here. God is singular. From that point on, everything has to have an opposite. That's what he showed. He don't have an opposite. But we, as humans, we have opposites in our way of thinking. We got two sides of the brain. What? A good and a bad, a right and a wrong, however you want to view it. But when you use them in balance equally, you'll know how to make the better decisions. That's called balance. That's what Maya represents. It's two different, but balancing them out to keep it equal, even. So there's no subservient or women subservient to men. Stop that nonsense. Okay. But duality just means you have a male, you got a female, a mover and a moved, a viver and the vivified, positive and a negative. You see where we're going with that? Takes two, yin and a yang. Come on now. Giver and a receiver. Hello? Even in the gay community, you got one that's going to be the male or the female. One going to give, one going to receive. Female to the receiver. So if you the bottom, you receive. Again, you can use it any way you want. All right, but all together in what? One body, we call that the all. The all encompassing. That's why we use the circle. I gave the visual of him in the last lesson. So look, he all suited and booted. Okay, this is him suited and booted. But when we go back to basics, we started with what? This the dot. It's real plain and simple. It ain't hard to understand. That's advancing. I'm giving you the basics right now. I hope you understand this. So let's go. We call it the all. One part is given life force, and the other is receiving life force, and then returns it back. We call that reciprocity, infinity. That's how life will continue. If I need air and you need air, every time I exhale air, you breathe in the air, and every time you exhale air, I breathe in the air. We can keep each other going forever. If you break that pattern, we're going to have a problem. Scooby-Doo, roll. But that's what makes infinity. It keeps going. Why? We generate each other. Remember kinetic energy? When you push something out, you get some return. It's the same philosophy. You can use it for anything again. It don't change, but the situation, scenario, no, same philosophy. But now it says here, one part gives the life force and the other receives the life force and then returns it back to the source in a what? Perpetual cycle. That's the 8, figure 8. And from this, nothing is gained or nothing is lost. God create individual billions and billions, losing by the billions, and he don't lose or gain nothing. That's how it's done. I love that. The cosmos and everything in it, including all living human beings on all planets, we only know about ours, and planes of existence, are really one supreme being viewed as separate entities by who? By our conditioned mind that still one whole. The symbol is also called Ra. That's the dot in the circle. That's energy right down here. Okay, it's called Ra. That's what I mean. The sun is the visible aspect of Ra, fire, energy, life. Okay, that's the concept. Oh Lord, I'm gonna stop right there. I'll be back with the sun December, what it means. But we rolling right now. I'm teaching that 30 minutes just seemed to be my calling card. So hope you enjoy the lesson. I'm having fun right now and doing what I do. I'm just getting started, but 30 minutes I can shut it down. I got to go right now. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never know my right thinkers who now know about how far back the concept of God. Oh, the question was, where is God? And got the answer within the midst of you. Hope you not pass away. Right thinkers, I enjoy doing this. I hope you enjoy receiving it. Let's keep it going. That's how it's done.